Hello, everyone. For anyone who may be joining us, if you are new to Empowered Flower Girl Company, I'd like to welcome you. My name is Rasheda Kamaria Williams, and I am the Chief Empowering Officer and founder of Empowered Flower Girl. If you're not sure of what we do, well, we are a social enterprise that is on a mission to transform the way young people relate to one another and themselves. We also work to empower youth and youth advocates to live above life's drama, to make a powerful difference in their communities and also in the world. So thank you for joining me. Tonight's discussion is all about how career mentors make a difference. So, we will be discussing how career mentors are helping youth in transition. Okay, mentoring youth in transition is a topic for today. So, again, hopefully, you'll get a chance to join me here live. If not, that is okay. We always have the replays available, and we always post a recap of any information and resources that are shared. So, for anyone who may be just joining, again, my name is Rasheda Kamaria, Chief Empowering Officer for Empowered Flower Girl, and I'd like to officially welcome you to tonight's Facebook Live discussion. Okay, our discussion tonight is on mentoring youth in transition, how career mentors make a difference. Now, for some of you out there watching, you may already know the person in your head that you think of when I mention the word mentor. Mentors are awesome resources for our lives, right? I can remember the mentors that I've had throughout my life and career, and they have truly made a difference for me. So, when you think about mentors and mentoring, I'm just curious, what are some of the qualities in mentors that you think about? For me, when I think of a mentor, I think of someone who is patient, but also helpful, and in many ways, empathetic. Okay. Mentors should also be people who are kind, right, and open minded. And I believe that mentors are great for resources, sharing resources and their experience, which is one of the reasons why I decided on this topic tonight, mentoring youth in transition. For those of you who know me, you know that I am passionate about mentoring and speaking on the topic because, again, mentors make a difference. My background is in mentoring. I am currently, in addition to running Empowered Flower Girl, I'm also a mentoring consultant for the state of Michigan in the Community Service Commission through Mentor Michigan. Mentor Michigan is a great resource for anyone who is interested in mentoring, for those who are residents of Michigan, but also Mentor National, which is one of the resources that I will definitely be sharing with everyone when we do the follow up to tonight's discussion. But being a mentoring consultant and a mentoring enthusiast, I know that many young people out here are facing growing up without a mentor. In fact, Mentor, the National Mentoring Partnership, they estimate that 1 in 3 young people may face growing up without a positive role model. Okay, and that's very significant because there are millions of young people in this country, right? And so many may not have a positive role model. And in particular, young people who are in transition. And when I speak about young people who are in transition, I'm speaking about those who may be transitioning from high school and into college. Okay, a shout out to the class of 2020. Okay, you've been through so much, and we just love you. Okay, if you haven't heard it enough, we love you and we care about you. We know it's been tough, but on behalf of Empowered Flower Girl, I just want to just recognize and show appreciation to the young people and what they've gone through this year and the resilience that they've shown in these tough times. So again, congratulations to the class of 2020. But young people who are transitioning from high school and into college, as well as those who are transitioning, okay, those who are transitioning from college and into their careers can all use a mentor. Okay, a lot of people, when they think of mentoring, they think of a lot of times mentoring children, young children, and I've had that experience as well, and I definitely think that is vitally important. But a great opportunity that we have to make a difference in the lives of young people is by helping them as they're transitioning from high school to college and college into career. Okay, so earlier when I asked to think about qualities that mentors possess, right? I said patience and also helpfulness. All right. Um, Mentors provide a lot of great resources for young people. I know for my first job, my summer job, my supervisor at the time, she actually became my mentor. I kind of, you know, um, convinced her to be my mentor. It wasn't something that started off that way, but in a way, I think she was already active in that role. And then I made it formal. I said, will you mentor me? It's interesting that when I was 13, I had a summer job working for the city of Detroit and the human resources department. And my boss, she was awesome. She actually transformed the way I thought about grown-ups in executive positions. Okay, so she was like the director of the entire department. And I was thinking, grown-ups in these suits, they're a little stuffy and they're probably strict and, yeah, they probably aren't cool, right? But no, my mentor, Miss Sandra Clemens, she was the opposite. She was down to earth, she was cool, and she wanted me to succeed. She took me under her wing and, she called me out when she needed to, but she was also kind and compassionate. And that's what I'll always remember about her. And even from the time I was 13 until now, I still keep in touch with her. I just visited her last summer, and it was great. Okay, so these mentoring relationships don't have to just end when you help the young person to reach their final goal or whenever, right? Their goal could be a year from now, or their goal could be like 5 years from now, right? We have short term and long term goals, and I think that is a really really great way to connect with young people, right? Those who may be working with you. The young people in the workforce, they can definitely use mentors. Those who are transitioning from college to career, right? When we see young people at the workplace, they oftentimes need help, just even help adjusting. So there are opportunities there. For high school students, I will say, as a first generation college student, it was a little rough making that transition. Not because my grades, the academics, were suffering. No, I got good grades, but sometimes just adjusting to, being a college freshman and being in that different environment, the huge class sizes, right? You get in these lecture halls and you feel lost. You don't know what to do, especially if you didn't have older siblings or even parents who could teach you about the college experience. So having a mentor for youth who are first generation college students is vitally important. Okay. And I will also say that youth in transition can definitely use the help of a mentor, especially if they've experienced some sort of trauma, right? We are looking at young people in the class of 2020, whether they're high school students or college students, have definitely faced some trauma this year, right? From the fallout of COVID-19 to all of the civil unrest and all of the conflict that's happening in our nation right now. I believe that we are definitely on the verge of something that can be transformational in a great way. And young people, they definitely need us right now. Okay. We are going to have to really look at how we can best support them as they return into classrooms. Okay, they're doing a lot of things virtually right now. And we'll talk about that in a moment. We'll talk about opportunities to mentor virtually. But young people are definitely going to need our support and help as they're making a transition from the virtual world into the real world in classrooms and colleges across the country. Okay. so they can use some assistance and getting them to where they want to be, helping them to reach goals. In fact, to even set goals, right? We can all use a mentor. And I definitely like to take this opportunity just to recognize, I mentioned Mentor, the National Mentoring Partnership. They are a great resource for those of you who may be, thinking about mentoring. You're not sure if it's right for you. I would definitely recommend going onto their website and checking things out, just to see what's out there. But in particular, since we are all right now at this day and time working virtually, and many of you may be wondering, well, Rasheda, you're mentioning how we're going to help youth in transition and mentoring, but the mentoring organizations, they haven't opened yet. Their young people aren't meeting up with their mentors like they used to. But there are opportunities to meet virtually. They have the virtual mentoring portal, and you can go to their website and learn more about that. And again, I'll be sharing all of those details in the comments section of this video, but I'll also be sharing them as part of the recap. But Mentor has some additional partners that they've teamed up with to be able to offer safe and secure mentoring virtually. So that's a really great resource right now. And there are some organizations out there that are strictly online mentoring. So there are a number of opportunities if you want to give back. And if you're a young person watching this and you're thinking to yourself, I think I could use a mentor. I need some help, need someone to help me get from where I am now to where I want to be. And you are thinking, maybe I should go ahead and do this mentor mentee thing. Great. Okay. Mentoring.org is a great resource for you as well, but I'll share information for young people who are seeking mentors and what that may look like, right? A mentoring relationship. It could be formal or informal. It could be mentoring a group of students, but there are a number of opportunities. Okay, and speaking of youth in transition, another group of young people who can definitely use help, I would say, are youth who are aging out of foster care. Okay, so they're transitioning also, from adolescence and into adulthood, and many of them may not have the support and resources needed for them to be successful. Okay, and mentors definitely make a difference for young people who are aging or have aged out of foster care. Um, it is quite interesting some of the statistics about young people who have mentors and their likelihood for success. I believe the statistic was somewhere around 50 young people who had a mentor, who were at risk of falling off, but those who had a mentor were 55% more likely to stay on track, to be able to graduate high school. All right. So that's significant. And many young people who are mentored, they go on to become mentors and make a difference in the community. So there are many benefits, right, to the young people who are being mentored, but also to those of us who are mentors. I know in my experience, I was a mentor for over 15 years, and that really made a difference in my life. I was thinking, I would do something for someone else, but the true difference that was made, I feel, was in my life. My mentees may say, Rasheda, you helped me out a lot. You were great. You helped me through some tough times in my life, but they also helped me through some tough times in my life as well. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. So I just want to, kind of encourage people to really think about how you can impact someone's life as a mentor. Even if you think, well, I don't have my dream career or some fancy title. You don't, seriously, you don't need a fancy title. Um, Even if you don't have a career, right? But maybe you're just pursuing, living for a living, as I say. You have some life experiences. You have something to share. If you're retired, some people have asked, am I too old to mentor? No, no way. In fact, your maturity and your life experiences can really help someone, right? And that's what young people need. They need to know, our experiences. We have to be real with them. Being empathetic, that's great. Okay, we need to have empathy, right? But we also need to be vulnerable and be willing to share parts of ourselves, some challenges that we may have faced. They need to see that adults in their lives have overcome some challenges and struggles. I think sometimes we as adults, we try to be perfect and we think that we have to have it all together and all of the answers, right? But no, we are helping young people so that they can make better choices in their lives, right? We can give them some advice or consult them, right? But ultimately, we're empowering them to make decisions on their own. So again, you don't have to be perfect. You may have heard it before. You don't have to be a superhero, right? Young people don't need superheroes. They just need someone who cares. And I definitely believe that from the bottom of my heart. So whether you may be unemployed, who cares? You may be retired, who cares? You may be a young person yourself, who cares? You can still make a difference. Okay? Peer mentors are great as well. I had experiences where I was mentored and coached by some of the college students. They were maybe just a year older than me, but they had the experience and they were willing to help, and they became great mentors and coaches for those of us who were entering college, and it was our first experience on a college campus, right? They showed us the ropes. They were there for us and they helped us. And it didn't matter that they were only a year older than us, right? It didn't matter. So, again, don't let those things stop you from sharing your gifts, sharing of yourself with someone who is in great need. Okay, as I mentioned before, our young people in transition, the class of 2020, they are going to need significant support and assistance from us. What they need most is for us to listen, and to listen without judgment, and to really, really have empathy and compassion for what they're going through. Times are tough right now for all of us. I get that. But times can be tough for those young people who were looking forward to so much, walking across the stage, having their open houses, going to prom, all of these things, they had to do virtually, right? So when we look at the possibility of mentoring and supporting young people in this day and age, we just have to really have an open mind about it and be willing to do more listening than talking. Okay, so those are definitely great qualities for mentors to have. Now, I just want to follow things up just a little bit. Earlier, I said that there are numerous opportunities to mentor young people, whether you're helping young people who are first generation college students, or maybe those young people who are transitioning or aging out, I should say, of foster care. So there are a number of mentoring opportunities that are available. So if you are just unsure of how you fit in to the scope of mentoring, I would definitely suggest that you visit my website. So you can visit my speaker and mentor website. Okay, you can visit my speaker and mentor website, RashedaKamaria.com, and you can get some more information there.